got drunk at the family dinner. I banged the table and yelled, "Lu Feifei has a scar on her inner thigh." I bit that. When are you going to be my son-in-law? I'd rather be a nun than marry you, ungrateful jerk. Even if every other woman on earth is dead, I'd never marry you. Later, I came back to China after studying abroad. My parents asked me to pick her up for dinner at our place, but I saw her new boyfriend at the bar. When he learned I was looking for Lu Feifei, the guy shoved me all the way to the door. What a delusional loser, dreaming of dating someone way out of your league. Everyone knows Lu Feifei is super strict about who she lets get close. Except for her boyfriend, she doesn't even spare a glance for other guys. What's going on here? Lu Feifei? Aiken, what are you doing here? Humph, not bad, huh? I thought you forgot all about me. Whoa, this guy actually dares to date Miss Lu. What's wrong? You're throwing a fit right after you get back. Do you have any idea how much crap I had to go through just to come find you? Humph. Am I seeing this right? Is this person in front of me really? The usual Miss Lu I know? Okay. Your hair's all messy. Is this hobo artist style trendy overseas now? Well, it's all your fault. What did I do? I just found out you came back, okay? Humph. Your boyfriend's real tough, huh? I came in here looking for you, and he started picking on me, even shoved me. Lu Feifei, you've got great taste, huh? Han Xuan, did you touch him? Who gave you the nerve? How dare you lay a finger on him? Miss Lu, listen to me, let me explain. It's not like what he said, it's him. His attitude was so arrogant, and also, why does he get to call you by your full name? That's so disrespectful to you. I got mad, so Humph, why shouldn't he? Because I allow it. How he addresses me is none of your business. I was still kind of angry, but when I heard her say that, I felt a lot better instantly. I've liked Lu Feifei for ages. I've never seen any guy dare to act so cocky in front of Lu Feifei before. Even all her ex-boyfriends only ever called her Miss Lu. No one ever got special treatment like that. Miss Lu, I really didn't know. I had no idea you two were that close. I'm sorry, I really had no clue. I was going to teach this guy a lesson just now. But how can I do that when he's acting like this? But let's be real here. This guy's really smart, and he must know Lu Feifei really well. That's why he knows apologizing non-stop right now is the smartest move. Fine, handle it yourself. Han Xuan, tell me, how should I punish you for this? I'm sorry, it's all my fault. I shouldn't have started a fight before asking what's going on. Okay, stop hitting yourself. If you keep doing that, it'll look like I'm bullying you. Let's go. Come home with me. You guys can keep hanging out if you want. Or head home if you're done. I'm leaving first. Oh right, where's my phone? Miss Lu, here's your phone. All the frustration from not being able to reach her earlier suddenly came flooding back. Lu Feifei, I called you earlier, and you didn't even recognize my voice. And I didn't have money to pay for the cab here. I tried calling you for help, and you didn't answer. If you're not going to use your phone, just get rid of it. Oh, the private room was so noisy. It's totally normal. I couldn't recognize your voice. What's up with you anyway? You came back to China all of a sudden and came looking for me this late. Do you have something important to tell me? I never came looking for her this enthusiastically. When I came back for Chinese New Year before, Aachen, don't tell me you suddenly realized you're in love with me. You came looking for me all anxious and even fought with my ex-boyfriend. Tell me, are you going to confess to me? You're getting more and more shameless, aren't you? Can't I even make a joke? How many years were you in the US? You lost your sense of humor entirely. I'm in a bad mood tonight. You dare joke with me when I'm in a bad mood? You totally brought this on yourself. Spit it out. What do you need from me? To get you to open the door, duh. I don't have the key to your place. Just call my mom. Not only will someone open the door for you, they'll even line up to welcome you. Wait, that's not right. Which place of mine are you talking about? It's not the apartment I'm currently staying in, is it? Duh, why else would I look for you? I glanced at him disdainfully. What do you want at my apartment? It's so late already. Even if you need a place to crash, just go find my mom. Why are you coming to me? Even though she vaguely sensed something was off, she didn't want to confirm this feeling was right. She'd rather it be wrong. Oh, so you don't know either? Both of us got set up by Godmom. What? Relax. I'm a victim too. I get how you feel. What even is all this? How come I have to move in with Gu Chen out of nowhere? I can't accept this yet. Even if he's my childhood friend I grew up with, it's still a hard no. We haven't even kissed yet. I didn't say anything at that moment. I just thoughtfully gave Lu Feifei some time to process this news and stood quietly off to the side waiting until someone stormed right up to me and said aggressively, "Hey kid, hand over the money right now. You trying to skip out on the bill?" It was the taxi driver. I suddenly remembered I was in such a hurry earlier. I got off without paying the fare. "Sorry, buddy. I'll pay you right away." I knew I had zero cash on me right then, so I pulled Lu Feifei, who was out of frame, over to me. "Feifei, lend me some cash. I'm broke. I can't even pay the taxi fare." See for yourself if you don't believe me. So I turned both my pockets inside out in front of her, then spread my hands open. Lu Feifei was super annoyed. She had no choice but to walk over to the driver and said politely, "Sir, how much is his taxi fare? I'll pay for him." The driver looked Lu Feifei up and down. His eyes landed on the designer crossbody bag she was carrying, and he was overjoyed. This trip was totally worth it. Hit the jackpot. This girl looks like a rich airhead. I can charge whatever I want. Miss. This handsome guy's fare to here is 480 yuan. The payment code is right here. Just scan this. I stepped forward angrily and questioned him when I heard that. Your meter said 48, didn't it? Where did 480 come from? Dude, do you want me to report you? I was so mad I wanted to curse. But Lu Feifei walked up to the driver at that moment and said overly gently, "Sir, 480 yuan, right? I'll scan you." "Oh, great. Just scan this right here." Hehehe. I already saved the payment receipt, I'm sure. It'll come in handy very soon. The driver's smile froze the next second. His face went deathly pale. He thought he could scam some money. Who knew he'd get caught red-handed instead? "I'm sorry, don't report me. I have old folks and kids to support." "What will I do if I lose my job?" "I have old folks and kids to support. Please let me off the hook." Lu Feifei ignored his begging. She made a call on her phone. A moment later, bodyguards arrived. "This man is extorting me. Handle it however you see fit." "Don't worry, Miss Lu. I'll give you a satisfying result." After the bodyguard finished speaking, he ignored the driver's resistance, forcefully dragged him away. I watched the driver be taken by the bodyguards into an alley. I vaguely heard screams. "Let's go home." I nodded, got in her car with Lu Feifei. The loud roar of the engine rang out. The car quickly drove away from the bar. Soon the two of us arrived at Lu Feifei's luxury apartment. I was just about to drag my luggage inside when I suddenly stopped in my tracks. I turned around to look at Lu Feifei and suggested to her, "Add my fingerprint to the door lock, will you? It'll be easier for me to get in that way." "No way. Why should I set your fingerprint?" I put down my luggage and crossed my arms just like she did. "Because starting from today, I'm living here. If you don't set my fingerprint, how am I supposed to come and go?" Then I walked over to Lu Feifei, leaned close to her ear and teased in a low voice. "Is Miss Lu gonna be my personal butler? Do nothing else all day. Just open and close the door for me. Live here." "Who said you can live here from now on? Did you get my permission? This is my private property. Even though we grew up together, that doesn't mean you're welcome to invade my personal space." "Godmom told me to live here. You think I want to?" "Gucheng, what did you mean earlier? When you said my mom set me up, is it related to this?" "Yo, Miss Lu is pretty smart, huh? You finally caught on." I nodded firmly and teased her a little, afraid that Lu Feifei would get mad. I then explained to her seriously. "Because we're getting engaged soon, so they told us to live together to build up our relationship." Lu Feifei thought she misheard. "What did you say?" "Me getting engaged to you. What the hell is this?" "Well, that's how it is anyway. As for the specific reasons, you should go ask Godmom yourself. I'm a bit tired and don't feel like going into details. I'm super sleepy right now. I'm gonna go rest, bye." After saying that, I waved at her and dragged my luggage towards the bedroom. Lu Feifei pulled me back. "You make this clear first. Otherwise, you're not leaving." I followed her pull and lay down on the sofa. Didn't say a word, just laid there, showing with my actions that I was really exhausted. "You're as annoying as you were when we were kids. You haven't changed at all. I'll call my family tomorrow and ask my mom to take you back to the old house. I'm still staying here." Hearing that, I sat up from the sofa, scratched my head, and said confusedly, Didn't I tell you already? Starting from today, I'm living at your place. Do you not understand what I'm saying? Lu Feifei whined to me. Engagement or whatever. I'm not going to agree to it. Well, if you don't agree, go tell your parents and Grandpa Lu yourself. It's not my call. Hearing that she frowned again. Grandpa is involved too. What kind of mess is this? Seeing she was a bit annoyed, I suggested, why don't you go back the night after tomorrow? You can ask directly about anything you don't get. Hearing that, Lu Feifei got a little unconvinced. Why do you get to stay out of this? No way, you have to come back with me too. I shrugged indifferently. Sure. Anyway, she has to accept the outcome in the end. Going back is fine anyway. It'll probably be pretty fun. No need to worry about being bored this time. Oh, right. You're going to school tomorrow morning, right? Don't forget to wake me up. What are you coming to school with me for? I sat on the sofa and said to her with a grin, because starting tomorrow, I'm transferring to your school. Lu Feifei had an "are you serious" look on her face. She stood rooted to the spot, stunned for a long time. I didn't care about her reaction, just hummed a tune and walked into the bathroom. After I finished washing up and changed into my pajamas, I said to Lu Feifei, I'm going to sleep now. The next morning, even though Lu Feifei was super reluctant, she couldn't just leave me behind, so she still took me to school with her. Lu Feifei's school is an elite university. The environment is so nice it doesn't even look like a school. It looks more like a villa community. When we were still a few hundred meters away from the school, I shouted, Stop, stop, stop. Drop me off right here. Lu Feifei pulled over. She looked at me confused and asked, We haven't reached the school yet. Why are you getting off? I raised an eyebrow, smiled at Lu Feifei and replied, 'Cause I'm smart, duh. A big shot on campus like you, Miss Lu. If I walk into campus with you, I'll never hear the end of it. So to avoid trouble, I'm getting off early. Lu Feifei frowned and got even more confused. What the heck is this all about? Even though she had no clue what I was talking about, she still didn't want to let me off the hook. Oh, Gu Chen. You went abroad for a while, and now you're such a coward. Are you actually scared of trouble? Or just too scared to hang out with me? She leaned closer as she spoke, ready to tease me. Her unique scent lingered at the tip of my nose. My ears turned red. I looked away and said loudly, No way, as if I'm scared of those people. Lu Feifei, are you looking down on me or what? After hearing my answer, Lu Feifei grinned slyly. Then let's go, walk into campus together. Sure, let's go. Whoever bails is a loser. Lu Feifei didn't say anything, just sped up and drove into the campus. When we arrived at the parking lot, I ignored Lu Feifei, got out of the car and left straight away. I was wandering around the campus waiting for Lu Feifei. I had no idea where I was. When I turned around to head back, I accidentally bumped right into a girl wearing glasses. The girl let out a soft grunt from the impact. Her bright eyes were glistening a little. I quickly looked at the girl and apologized. I'm so sorry. Are you okay, classmate? It's okay, classmate. I wasn't watching where I was going either. You're new here, right? I've never seen you around campus before. Yeah, sort of. I actually just got here today. Since you're new, how about I show you around the campus? Did you come alone or with someone else? I was just about to say I came with Lu Feifei, but I was still a little mad and didn't want to mention her. So I answered, I came alone. Thanks, I appreciate it, classmate. I'm Gu Chen. Oh, right, what's your name? The girl smiled with crinkled eyes and replied, Hi, Gu Chen. I'm Zhou Miao. We chatted as we walked along the way. The vibe was really nice. Meanwhile, Lu Feifei parked the car. She didn't see me after leaving the parking lot. She frowned and thought to herself, Gu Chen, you can't stay out of trouble for a second. Did I get a fiancé? Or a little brother to look after? She sighed, stood there for a moment, then called me on her phone. When I didn't pick up, she had to call the principal, explained the situation, then started looking for me around the campus. Meanwhile, on my end, my phone had been dead for ages, so I had no idea Lu Feifei was losing her mind looking for me. Guten, you jerk. Don't let me catch you. Zhou Miao and I got along really well. I found out Zhou Miao has really good grades. She's always been the top student in the whole school, so I teased her casually. A fancy university like ours must have a campus beauty ranking, right? You're super pretty. You have a nice personality. You're great at studying. You always get first place in the whole school. You must be the campus belle, right? Oh, Gu-chen. Thanks for the compliment. But I'm really not the campus belle. I don't qualify for that title. No way, you're not the campus belle. If someone as pretty as you isn't the campus belle, wait a second. Oh, is the campus belle Lu Feifei? Hearing me say that name, Zhou Miao lowered her head, then adjusted her glasses. You know her? She's super popular at school, right? I heard she has a lot of boyfriends. You're a big shot too, even though we're in different grades. But you probably know her, right? I know her, but we're not close. She does have a lot of boyfriends. As long as a guy is good looking, she wants to be friends with him. You like her too? Pfft, she's such a player. No way I like her. I really thought you were another one of Lu Feifei's admirers. But when Gu-chen mentioned Lu Feifei, there was no adoration or longing on his face. This Gu-chen is kind of interesting. I don't even like his type anyway. If I had to choose, I think you're way better than him. Humph. What's so great about him anyway? He just has money and looks, that's all. And his personality sucks too. Whoever likes him is out of luck. It was the first time Zhou Miao had ever heard someone talk about Lu Feifei like that. So she looked at me in surprise, like I was some kind of alien. When she saw me making a disgusted face, she couldn't help but burst out laughing. You're so funny. She felt a lot closer to me now. No more awkward distance between us. I quickly tried to butter her up. Zhou Miao, I still don't know which class I'm in. Tell me which class you're in, yeah. I can come hang out with you more later. I just got back to the country after all. Can I come to you if I have questions? A smart, pretty top student like Zhou Miao, and we get along so well too. Of course I want to be friends with her. Having capable, smart friends never hurts to have a few of those. They might come in handy later. Sure, my classroom is on the 3rd floor. Come find me if you need help with anything. I looked around the campus then. There wasn't a single person in sight. Everyone's probably in class already. I said to Zhou Miao, I won't keep you from class then. New kids like me have to report to the principal's office first. I'll hit you up when I'm free. Bye. Then I headed towards the administration building. Meanwhile, in the principal's office, the principal froze when he saw me. Then he stood up and eagerly pulled out fruit and drinks to host me. Young Master Gu, please sit here and wait a moment. Then he walked out the door and gave Lu Feifei a call. He told Lu Feifei that I was in the principal's office. Miss, young Master Gu is in the principal's office right now. After making sure Lu Feifei got the message, he said obsequiously, Got it, miss. You don't have to come over specially. Just go back to class first. I'll have a teacher escort young Master Gu to his class soon. Once Lu Feifei hung up, the principal let out a sigh of relief. Then he went back to the office and made another call. Not long after, a man walked in. He wore black-rimmed glasses and looked really serious. He asked the principal respectfully, Principal, what did you need me for? This is our new transfer student. Gu-chen. Gu-chen used to study abroad at an elite high school. His grades are excellent. Take him to his class. He's a key student the school will focus on. Got it. Of course, the male teacher understood what the principal really meant. Got it. Then he took me and left. Soon, I followed the teacher to the classroom door. I thought to myself, when I heard the principal say I had excellent grades back in the office, I had to hold back so hard not to laugh out loud. But I only came back to study in China, for fun anyway. So none of that really matters. The male teacher's last name was Wei. He led me in and said to the class, This is our new exchange student, Gu-chen. Introduce yourself, so everyone can get to know you. Hi everyone, I'm Gu-chen. I'm a guy and I like girls. Please take care of me from now on. After hearing my introduction, all the students laughed. Quite a few started whispering to each other too. I looked around the room, trying to spot any pretty girls. Obviously, I'm gonna sit next to a pretty girl. At least it's easy on the eyes. I thought to myself, probably because this is an elite school. When I looked around, I actually saw quite a few pretty girls. Too bad I just met Zhou Miao. They all pale in comparison. Then Teacher Wei cleared his throat and said, Gu-chen, who do you want to sit with? As long as the other person agrees, it's fine. As soon as the teacher said this, all the girls present stood up excitedly, talking over each other. Gu-chen, come sit with me. I'll buy you breakfast every day, okay? My grades are really good. Come sit with me. I'll cover you if you have any study problems later. and I'll buy you all the snacks you want every day. Hey, handsome, hey. You can order me around any time." As soon as she said that, everyone else started booing her. I found all of them pretty amusing. I thought for a second and asked, "Who's the prettiest girl in our class?" What I didn't expect was, after hearing this question, everyone froze for a moment, then all turned to look at the same spot. But all of them had weird expressions on their faces. I followed everyone's gaze and looked over too, and saw it was the last seat in the row by the window. Is the prettiest girl absent today? I, Guchen, of course, have to pick the prettiest one. Both seats there are empty. So I walked over with a smile and sat down on the empty seat. "Teacher Wei, I'll sit right here." Teacher Wei had a really weird look on her face and said awkwardly, If you like it, go ahead." Okay, quiet down, everyone. Take good care of the new student from now on. Be united and friendly to each other. Got it. All right, let's get back to class. No one was in the mood to listen to the class at this point. All the girls were peeking at me from their seats, while the boys were looking at me with judging and competitive looks. I got bored after class, so I decided to go find Lu Feifei. To see what fun stuff she was up to, I walked to the second floor of the teaching building and went straight to the second classroom to look for Lu Feifei. I looked around the room once I got there, and sure enough, I spotted Lu Feifei. Oh, she was actually flirting with some random guy. We're engaged after all, right? It's normal for me to be jealous, isn't it? I thought to myself, this Lu Feifei is way too much. She knows it's my first day at school. I don't know anything, and I'm not familiar with anything here. I walked so far with Zhou Miao, and she didn't even come to look for me. She was too busy flirting with some guy. That makes me so mad. I rolled my eyes and grinned mischievously. Lu Feifei, you're being unkind to me. Don't blame me for being mean right back, just wait. Hey, excuse me, classmate. Can you help me call Lu Feifei over? Tell her husband is looking for her. Thanks a lot. Oh, okay, sure. I'll go right now. That's so cute, right? Oh. Lu Feifei. Oh, your husband is here to see you. The noisy classroom went completely silent all of a sudden. I could totally picture everyone's eyes popping out of their heads right now. A few minutes later, I saw Lu Feifei walking over with a blank expression. I waved at her to let her know I was here. Guchen, I knew it was you. You did this on purpose to mess with me, didn't you? Lu Feifei. Huh. You were too busy talking to another guy. You didn't even care about me. When we get back to the Lu family tonight, I'm gonna tell your mom what you did. Lu Feifei sighed and said, Guchen, what do you want from me? I haven't even gotten back at you for this morning. You ran off right after getting out of the car, and you didn't answer my calls. Do you have any idea how hard I looked for you? She looked at me sadly after saying that. I didn't notice her bitter look. I just kept looking past her shoulder. And sure enough, I saw that guy, who was with Lu Feifei just now, followed her out. He was looking right at us, just as I thought. So I got a naughty idea and wrapped my arm around her right away. Ah. When the guy saw what I did, his face turned red with anger. He clenched his fists but didn't dare come over. Because he knew Miss Lu's rules, he could only watch as I took her away, gritting his teeth in anger. I took her away from the crowd. Lu Feifei finally realized what was happening and slapped my hand off her shoulder, then stared at me and asked, Who gave you the guts to do that? How dare you treat me like this? Have I been too nice to you? I'm innocent. I just saw you being really close with a guy this whole time. I got a little jealous. That's why I came up with this idea. It was just to scare that guy off. Tell him to stay away from you, and let all students know you're my fiancé. I really didn't do it on purpose. Can you forgive me, please? I'll treat you to a meal. Ah. Gucheng, can you stop messing around for once? Don't cause me any more trouble, okay? I just want to attend class in peace. Can you grant me this small wish? So I quickly changed the subject and said, Are you hungry? Let's go get something to eat. We can head to class after we eat. Then I dragged Lu Feifei and ran straight to the cafeteria. We just got to the cafeteria when Lu Feifei spotted her classmates. So she waved at me and walked over to them, leaving me alone worrying about not being able to find a table. I turned around and saw a girl eating quietly by herself. So I walked over to her and asked, "Hi there, classmate. There are no empty seats left in the cafeteria. Do you mind if I share this table with you?" The girl stared at me for quite a while, before replying calmly, "Sure." After I sat down, I snuck glances at the girl's delicate face and thought to myself, this girl is so beautiful. That cool, aloof vibe she has is really attractive. You can't help but want to get to know her better. I didn't say anything. I just finished my meal quickly. After I got back to the classroom, the first class that afternoon was Chinese class. That's when I noticed that a classmate, who hadn't shown up for ages, was finally here. I took a closer look. Wait, isn't that the girl I shared a table with? So I whispered to her happily, "What a coincidence we meet again." The girl didn't respond. She just glanced at me coldly and nodded to show she recognized me. Then I got bolder and asked her, "What's your name?" "I'm Gu Cheng. I just transferred to this school." The girl stayed quiet and just frowned a little, seeing that she was ignoring me. I got a little stubborn instead. I wanted to talk to her even more. "Hey, beautiful, beautiful. What's your name anyway?" Finally, the girl looked annoyed by my questions, so she wrote the 2 characters Yu Xin on a piece of paper and tossed it to me. Now that I knew her name, I stopped bothering her. This class was literally a sleeping pill for me. I kept dozing off the whole time. In comparison, Yu Xin, who sat next to me, was paying really close attention in class. I even got called on by the teacher to answer a question. I finally made it through to the end of class, as soon as the teacher left the classroom. I stretched, planning to catch up on some much-needed sleep. I laid down and slept so hard I had no idea what was going on around me. When Yuxin woke me up by patting my arm, I realized we were the only 2 left in the whole classroom. Yuxin spoke calmly. "School's over. Are you planning to keep sleeping?" Seeing that I still looked confused, she chuckled softly and added, "If you don't leave soon, the guard will lock the school gate. Are you sure you want to spend the night here?" I shook my head without thinking and quickly got up to leave. Right before I left the classroom, I turned around to speak to Yuxin again. "Thanks for waking me up. I'll head out first then. It's getting pretty late. You should leave soon too. It's not safe for a girl to go home too late, right?" After saying that, I left right away, leaving Yuxin sitting alone in the chair, staring at the direction I left with a big smile on her face. After I left the classroom, I planned to call Lu Feifei to ask where she was. I called her several times, but she didn't answer any of them. What is Lu Feifei up to now? Didn't we agree we'd go back to the Lu family house tonight? When I finally got a hold of Lu Feifei, she said casually, "I'm already at the old house. Hurry up, the whole family is waiting for you to come home to eat." "Why didn't you take me with you?" "Nice one, Lu Feifei. Wait till we get back to the old house. I'm definitely telling our foster mom what you did." "Just you wait." I walked to the school gate to hail a taxi. While I was waiting, I kicked pebbles around out of boredom. Then I spotted Yuxin slowly, walking out of the campus. We both froze when we saw each other. We spoke at the same time in perfect sync. "Why haven't you left yet?" Right then, her driver pulled over in a black car. Yuxin was about to get in the car, but she saw I was still waiting by the road. She hesitated for a long while. She plucked up the courage to ask me first. "Hey, where are you heading?" "Want me to give you a ride?" "The school is pretty far from the city center." No thanks. My ride's gonna be here any second. You head home first. See you tomorrow." Oh. Her car drove off right away. Not long after Yuxin's car left, my ride showed up. "To Tanshan Garden, please." I arrived at the Lu family's old house soon after. I got off and walked to the iron gate of the villa. I saw a row of maids standing in line. They shouted in unison, "Welcome back, young master." I was shocked by this grand welcome. Then I snapped back to my senses. I waved at the maids and walked inside. Just as I stepped in, there was a sudden popping noise. It startled me so bad. A bunch of confetti fell all over me. "Ah, Chen, you're back! Ha ha ha!" When they saw us standing together, Mom Lu and the others smiled approvingly. Then they pulled us into the banquet hall. I saw the living room was decorated very festively. They had also invited a lot of guests. Everyone was dressed really formally. My eyebrow twitched involuntarily. I looked at Lu Feifei in confusion. Lu Feifei whispered in my ear at this moment. Mom threw us an engagement party. She said, "Why pick another day when we're already here?" Since we just got back anyway. So she decided to hold it today. You gonna accept the reality now? No more fighting it. Lu Feifei was just about to snap back at me, but she saw some guests walking towards us, so she smiled and linked her arm through mine and pinched me hard. After the guests left, we both let go of each other immediately. Just when we were about to bicker again, we heard Mom Lu calling, "Ah, Chen, Feifei. Where are you two? Come over here quick. I had a super beautiful cake custom made for your engagement party. You guys are gonna love it." I sighed and held my forehead as I replied, "Coming, we're on our way." I dragged Lu Feifei towards the cake as I spoke. When we got there, we saw a 10-tier cake. It was extremely beautiful. It looked just like a castle. It's literally the dream cake for every girl. I stole a glance at Lu Feifei's expression. I saw her looking at the cake with curved eyes. Her eyes were full of joy. Then Dad Lu suddenly patted my shoulder. He told me solemnly, "Take good care of Feifei from now on." Got it. I'm entrusting her to you, son. Don't you ever let her down, Grandpa Lu nodded. His usually stern face was also full of happy smiles. He continued, "Seeing you with Feifei is enough for me. As long as you two are happy together, that's all that matters." He patted my shoulder too after he finished speaking. When Lu Feifei heard this, she pouted in dissatisfaction, so no one even bothered to ask me if I actually want to marry him. But then she saw Grandpa's serious look. She didn't dare say no in front of so many people, so she just dropped it. I hereby officially announce, Ah Chen and Feifei are officially engaged. To let the two of them build their relationship, and since they haven't graduated yet, we're not in a rush to hold the wedding for now. Humph. After Lu Feifei graduates, they can go get married abroad. Lu Feifei rolled her eyes at me speechlessly. What do you mean by that? You don't want to marry me. I'm not even disgusted with you. How dare you be disgusted with me? Then Lu Feifei gestured for me to lower my head. Ah Chen, don't tell me you've had a crush on me this whole time. That's why you want to marry me so bad. Her closeness and her rarely soft tone already made my heart race fast, but I don't want to admit it. So I glanced at her, moved away and said, "Hey princess, don't be so narcissistic, okay? Who's got a crush on you anyway? I was forced into this, all right." Fine, since you don't want this either. Let's fight this together. I'm sure Dad Lu loves you so much. He definitely won't force you to marry someone you don't like, right? Yeah, you just go cry to Dad Lu a little. Once Dad Lu softens up, maybe the wedding will be called off. When she heard that last line, Lu Feifei frowned slightly and retorted defiantly, "Then why don't you be the one to say it? That we're not right for each other. Why does it have to be me?" My rebellious side kicked in right then. So I said, "I'm not going to say it." "What are you going to do about it?" Then I thought I should remind her of something. But no matter what, our engagement is a solid, unchangeable fact. I suggest you'd better just accept it. You're actually willing to accept this. I spread my hands and shrugged. I've already come to terms with it. What are you worried about, Lu Feifei? Huh. When we actually get married, that's not until we both graduate anyway. A lot can happen between now and then. What if we don't have to get married after all? After hearing my little pep talk, Lu Feifei cheered right up. What do I have to worry about? If we get married, we get married. It's just an extra husband. No big deal, hey? What are you doing? Huh. Akin, you're totally underestimating me. I don't think you understand women at all. Want to give it a shot? Huh. Fine, let's do it. Wow, you're being so forward, huh? Dear Akin, since you're so eager, then I won't hold back. Right when I was about to keep going, I suddenly felt a lot of eyes on us. I let go of her immediately. We realized almost all the guests were staring at us. My ears turned red right away. Oh my God, we got so caught up in messing around. We forgot we were at the engagement party. This is so embarrassing. We heard the elders laughing kindly behind us. I quickly pulled Lu Feifei and left. This is all your fault. You cabed on me in public. Great, now. Everyone saw us. What are you gonna do about it? I replied casually, not caring at all. What's the point of blaming each other now? It's our engagement party anyway. What's wrong with us being affectionate? We soon got back to the luxury apartment. When we reached the door, I bent down to unlock the door with my fingerprint. Just then, Lu Feifei's phone rang. It's my mom. Lu Feifei got a headache when she saw the caller ID. She had a weird bad feeling about it. Hello? Feifei, there's something I forgot to tell you. I had someone renovate your apartment a little. Huh. You two are engaged now. You'll sleep in the same room from now on. That way you can build your relationship faster, okay? Renovated it. Mom, how did you let people in? Right at that moment. I walked in and looked around the place. I sensed something was off, looked at Lu Feifei and asked, why does the room look like this? Did we get robbed? Lu Feifei immediately figured out what was going on. She chuckled softly. Mom, you didn't renovate Akin's room too, did you? Of course I did. Mom Lu replied confidently. I won't let you two sleep in separate rooms. You have to sleep together from now on. Got it. If you don't listen to me, I'll send you two abroad right away. People get married really early abroad. You can decide for yourselves. Decide. Got it. I bought some gifts for you two. I left them on the bed. Mom Lu on the other end of the line laughed mysteriously. You two can open them later. I won't disturb your rest. Good night, ma. Then she hung up immediately. Lu Feifei had a bad feeling after that. When we both walked into the bedroom, we saw a big box on the bed. It's pretty big. What gift is that? I opened the box excitedly. Godmom is really nice to us. It's actually balloons. She bought a whole box of balloons. Why would Godmom buy so many balloons anyway? Lu Feifei, who just hung up, saw my shocked face. She leaned over curiously. What is it? Is it that surprising to you? Her face turned red when she saw what's in the box. Her eyes darted around. She didn't say a word. We stared at each other for a long while. Then we smiled at each other. I looked at the box and said, there must be hundreds of them in here. Giving us this many, when are we ever going to use all of them? Who's going to use them with you? You're so full of yourself. Huh. Why are you shy? We're already engaged anyway. Gutong, you pervert! We messed around for a bit. Then I asked, so what are we going to do tonight? Lu Feifei's smile froze instantly. Doesn't seem like we have any good options. I went quiet for a second. Then I suggested, it's pretty late already. You take the bed. I'll sleep on the couch outside. That's settled. Good night, sleep well. Without waiting for Lu Feifei to respond, I went to sleep in the living room. The next morning, I washed up and sat on the couch, waiting for Lu Feifei, killing time by scrolling on my phone. I waited ages and she still didn't come out, so I knocked on the door. There was no response. I pushed the door open and walked in. Lu Feifei! Lu Feifei! Wake up, we're gonna be late for class. Got it. A little while later, Lu Feifei got dressed and came out of the bedroom. She said to me, let's go quickly. I nodded. So we drove to school as fast as we could. We got to school 5 minutes before class started. I sat in my seat and thought happily. Awesome, we didn't get late. Morning. Yushin replied calmly. Morning? Then she smiled at me. It was just a small lift of her lips. It made me zone out for a second. Then the class bell rang. The teacher walked in and started the lesson, and so began another boring school day. Halfway through class, I was getting super annoyed. I just wasn't feeling it. So I made up an excuse and snuck out. I planned to leave campus and walk around. When I got to the school gate, I was just about to walk out. The security guard stopped me. The guard said strictly, you can't leave, student. Please show me your leave slip. I replied, I don't have a leave slip. But I really have something to take care of outside. I already told my counselor about it. I only recognize printed leave slips. No slip, no leaving campus. Or you can call your head teacher. They can explain to me over the phone, that works too. I was skipping class in the first place. If I call my counselor now, am I even going to live to see tomorrow? This guard is so strict. I didn't say anything. I just turned and left. I found a spot at the back wall and climbed over it. After I got out, On a random impulse, I called the principal and said, "Hello, principal. This is Guchen. Your school's security guards are really dedicated to their jobs, huh?" I didn't wait for him to respond. I hung up right away and went back to my luxury apartment to catch up on sleep. Why did Ah Chen suddenly mention the security guard? Did something happen? Whatever. I'll call the head of security first to ask. "Hello, is this the security office? I heard your security team is super dedicated to your duties. Look into what's going on. Handle this properly." The head of security was totally confused. That dedicated line didn't sound like a compliment at all. Did someone cause trouble? Always giving me extra work. I'll go check who was on duty. I can just fire them if needed. Even if I got the wrong idea. The principal won't make things hard for me over some random security guard. If someone really caused trouble, and I still kept this guy on, I can't take that responsibility. The security guard who stopped me was suddenly summoned for a talk. His supervisor rambled on and on to him. He didn't remember any of it. He only remembered one line in the end. "Don't come in tomorrow." He looked at his supervisor in disbelief. The supervisor avoided his gaze. He felt really guilty inside too. The security guard stood there frozen. He was just doing his job, and that was wrong. Just then a clear voice sounded. "Uncle? What are you doing here?" The security guard turned around. He saw a girl with glasses standing next to him, asking confusedly, "Miss?" The security guard greeted her respectfully right away. Jo Miao laughed when she heard that. "I'm no rich young lady. I'm just from a regular family, so you don't have to be so polite to me, uncle." After the uncle heard that, he immediately related to this girl. Turns out she's just like him. A regular person too. "Thanks, little girl. Study hard, so you can have a great future ahead. And thanks for caring about me. I'm just leaving my job. I'm just a little emotional, that's all." The uncle didn't plan to go into details, but the girl kept asking, so he caved. In the end, he told her the whole story from start to finish. Jo Miao frowned after hearing that. Then she comforted the uncle and said, "It's okay, uncle. I understand everything. Go home and rest for today first. Don't worry, this will get sorted out. I won't let you get fired, I promise." Before the uncle could reply, she ran toward the teaching building, heading straight for my classroom. When she got there, she stopped a random girl about to enter the classroom. "Hi there. Can you call Gucheng out for me?" The girl nodded, then went into the classroom and took a look. Then came out, looked at her apologetically and said, "Sorry, Gucheng isn't in the classroom. Maybe come back later." "Thank you." Got it. Early the next morning, I woke up feeling refreshed and went to school with Lu Feifei. When I entered the school gate, I glanced over out of habit and saw an unfamiliar face. I was stunned for a second, then didn't think much of it, and went straight into the teaching building. Just as I walked into the building, I saw Jo Miao up ahead. I walked up to her cheerfully to say hi. "Long time no see." "Good morning, Jo Miao." Jo Miao frowned when she heard that and ignored me, then stared at me unhappily. Her stare made me uncomfortable, so I said, "What's wrong with you? Who pissed you off? Tell me, I'll get back at them for you." Xu Miao said, "No one pissed me off. I'm just in a bad mood, that's all. There's nothing I can do about it. Unlike you, young Master Gu, the whole world revolves around you. When you're unhappy, someone has to pay the price, right?" Then she didn't even glance at me and left without looking back. I was stunned by her snarky attitude. That's so random. What even is that? I went into my classroom and sat down. Feeling really down, Yushin glanced at me calmly and took the initiative to ask, "What's wrong?" I looked at Yushin gratefully. "Why do you think Jo Miao is so mad?" Yushin was stunned by my question and was silent for a long time. I saw the confused look in her eyes and suddenly remembered I hadn't told her the whole story yet. Oh, my brain. Psai! Yushin looked thoughtful after hearing the whole thing. "I remember you told me before, after you snuck out yesterday, you called the principal, right? What did you say?" I thought about it for a second and said, "Nothing much. I just acted on impulse back then and called the principal. Said the folks from the security office are really doing their jobs well, huh? I didn't even say anything at all." Yushin went silent for a few seconds. He sighed softly and spoke to me. "I bet the principal got your call." Had no clue what was going on, so he asked the lower-level staff about it. Those people probably got the wrong idea. As for why Zhou Miao got angry, I think she probably relates to it personally. What do you mean? I looked at him in confusion. You don't know about that. Me? I'm pretty sure I'm on really good terms with Zhou Miao. Come on, tell me about it, please. So Yushin explained it to me. Zhou Miao got super high scores in the college entrance exam, so our school poached her here. The school offered her a really generous scholarship. The reason she accepted it is because her family is really poor. I was shocked when I heard that. I said, seriously? The way Zhou Miao dresses doesn't look like a poor student at all, but maybe that's just because she looks like a refined young lady from a good family. So any clothes she wears don't look cheap at all. Yushin continued speaking. Of course it's true. Lots of people know her family background is average. She's also from a single-parent family. It seems when her mom was working odd jobs before, she was bullied by rich people. That's why she really dislikes rich people. I had no idea there was so much juicy gossip, I thought to myself. No wonder she acted that way towards me just now. She most definitely misunderstood me about something. You've also probably seen on campus lately, guys confessing their feelings to her, right? Nearly all of these guys are from super rich families. So as you can imagine, she definitely turned them down right away. So what if a guy who's not from a rich family confesses to her? Would her attitude be different then? No one knows that. It seems like that's never happened before. Our university is an elite private school. Most people who get in are either rich or from powerful families. Only a tiny number of people get admitted based on exceptional grades through special recruitment. But these high-achieving guys are usually pretty insecure. So they definitely don't dare confess to her. I nodded in understanding. Thanks to Yushin's explanation, I slowly figured it out. No wonder Zhou Miao was so mad just now. She probably connected it to the experience of her mom being bullied. So based on what you said, I think she probably misunderstood you. She thought you were in a bad mood. And bullied the security guard, right? That's really not what I meant at all. I was a little annoyed back then, yeah. But I'm not the kind of spoiled rich kid who would abuse my power to bully people just because I'm in a bad mood. Right after that, Yushin sighed, his calm, cool voice speaking again. Honestly, this isn't the first time we've seen something like this. The world is just survival of the fittest by nature. It's pretty normal for stuff like this to happen. So either way, I'm also responsible for this whole thing. I know what I need to do now. What are you gonna do? All of a sudden, we noticed it got weirdly quiet around us. We looked up and saw the teacher on the podium staring right at us. You two are disturbing the other students' learning. If you want to chat, go outside. We looked at each other, then shut up and listened to the class obediently. As soon as class ended, I ran like crazy to go find Zhou Miao. At the classroom door, I stopped a girl passing by. Hi, can you call Zhou Miao out for me, please? Tell her Gu Chung is looking for her, thanks. Oh, it's you. You're here to confess super early today. Nice. That's so sincere of you. I'm rooting for you. That's not why I'm here looking for her. Hey. Just call her for me anyway, please. All right, since you're so handsome, I'll do you this favor. I think you've got a pretty good shot. Make the most of it, okay? Zhou Miao, there's a super hot guy outside. He says his name is Gu Cheng. I waited outside, worried that Zhou Miao might not come out. But to my surprise, she actually did. Do you need something? Her tone was pretty cold. That made me feel a little upset. I figured she still misunderstood me. Give me a couple minutes. Let's go outside and talk. So we walked out of the classroom and went to the open area next to the teaching building. I looked around left and right, made sure no one was watching us, then faced her and said seriously, about the security guard incident. I didn't do anything like that. I never told anyone to do that. Don't worry, I'll figure out a way to fix this. But Zhou Miao, you're way out of line today. You have no idea how the whole thing started. And you're pinning all the blame on me. Do you think that's fair to me? With that, I turned around to leave. Zhou Miao stared at me. She was shocked by how serious I was. When she saw I was leaving, she trotted a few steps quickly, held my arm and said, I'm sorry. I froze for a second, but didn't turn around. She said it again. I'm sorry. After hearing my full explanation, she realized she had wronged me. She thought I was just like other guys who approached her with an agenda, so she automatically took me for the kind of guy who bullies others with power. She didn't expect I'd take the doorman incident so seriously and explain it to her properly. Thinking of this, she suddenly smiled softly. This time I turned around and said on purpose, "I heard your apology, but I'm not ready to forgive you yet." With that, I shook off her hand and left. Jomyo stared fixedly at my back and didn't look away for a long time. Then I headed to the principal's office. Even though the class bell had already rung, I didn't have time to care about that. I barged into the principal's office and said straight away, "Uncle, I need to talk to you about something." "Ah, I'm so sorry." I couldn't stop young Master Go. The principal was rubbing his aching forehead and was ready to snap angrily at whoever came in. But when he saw it was me, he immediately put on a smiling face. "Ha ha ha, it's young Master Gu. What can I do for you? Come sit over here quickly. You go out first for a moment. I have something to discuss with young Master Gu." The secretary was stunned. It was probably his first time seeing the principal be so close to a student, and even so doting on him. When he snapped back to his senses, at the principal's eye gesture, he hurried out right away. "Sit down." I walked straight up to his desk, slammed my hand on the table and said, "Uncle, why did you do that?" "I only praised our school's doorman for being responsible, that's all." "Fine, I admit. My tone was really rude yesterday, but that's really not what I meant." "What? Fire him." "I only told the security captain to look into the situation. I never said to fire him. I don't want him fired." "Uncle, rehire that doorman. Let him come back to work." "Come on." "Uncle, just let him come back to work. He's really very dedicated to his job. We should be proud of having such a hardworking and responsible employee." The principal thought for a moment. "All right, since you've said so, I can't really say no anymore. But Guchen, you can't act like this in the future, saying angry things to people randomly when you're mad. You're an adult now. You have to take responsibility for what you do." I was stunned by the principal's words. Then I started reflecting on my actions. After I figured it out, I bowed to the principal and said, "Uncle, this was really my fault. How about after you rehire that doorman, you give him a pay raise? Of course I'll cover the cost. It'll be paid under my personal name." With that, I took out my phone and transferred the money to the principal. Then I left the principal's office. As I walked out of the principal's office, I felt totally relaxed. Now that this matter was settled, I couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. I hummed a song as I walked towards the teaching building. I ran into Lu Feifei on my way. I looked at Lu Feifei curiously. "Where are you heading?" Lu Feifei stopped and didn't say a word, just crossed her arms and stared at me for a long time. I was totally confused by her stare. She finally spoke up. "What did you go to the principal's office for?" "You went there for that Zhou Miao, right? Talk, am I right?" "What?" "You know, Zhou Miao." Lu Feifei pressed her pink lips and mumbled. "We have bad blood between us." "Of course I know her." Then she looked at me like I was a huge disappointment. "Guchen, you total jerk!" The second you see a pretty girl, you just pounce on her without a second thought. Now I finally get it. That pretty girl you mentioned before is actually Zhou Miao, huh? And the other day you suddenly wanted to get off the car. That was also because you saw Zhou Miao, right? So you left me behind on purpose, didn't you? What the hell do you mean anyway? If you don't like me, just say it straight, okay? I won't pester you nonstop. She looked at me with teary eyes after saying that. I saw Lu Feifei crying, and I felt a little bad for her. Then I explained gently and patiently, "Feifei, that's not what I meant at all. No, I only see her as a friend." "Friend?" The video of you two being all touchy-feely has spread all over the entire school. Right now, who doesn't know you're the first guy Zhou Miao? Treat specially. What video? What touchy-feely stuff are you talking about? Lu Feifei took out her phone and played a video for me. I leaned in to take a look. The video was actually of me just now, talking with Zhou Miao, but since it was shot from too far away, no one could hear what we were saying. But they could clearly see our movements. People who don't know the truth would definitely think there's something going on between us. So you got it all wrong. Got what wrong? Did you go to see her or not? Did you mess around with her? And that person you said gave you directions that you wanted to thank and invite to dinner. Is Zhou Miao right? You've only known her for a few days, and you already like her that much. Then does she even know you already have a girlfriend? She kept punching my chest over and over. I said nothing, and suddenly felt really tired inside. I wiped my face with my hand and thought, I'm the one who's wronged here. It's bad enough I was misunderstood by Zhou Miao for no reason today. I didn't even expect Lu Feifei to not trust me. Let go of me. Why did you let go of my hand? And just leave? Talk about what's between us. Lu Feifei was actually hiding in the corner of the staircase. She looked up for a second and didn't see me chasing after her. She angrily hid her face in her knees. Gucheng, you are such an idiot. Tears spilled out of her eyes again. Lu Feifei held back her voice and sobbed quietly. How long has it been since she cried like this? She's been the apple of her family's eye since she was little. When has she ever been wronged this much? And that guy Gucheng, how could he do this to her? The more she thought about it, the angrier she got, and the more wronged she felt. She had no idea how long she cried. Just then, a pair of long, slender legs appeared in Lu Feifei's blurry field of vision. Feifei. He finally got a clue and came to look for me. She cried so miserably, just like a wronged little bunny. Are you okay? I snapped out of my daze. Lu Feifei suddenly felt a little awkward. She didn't want me to see her looking so messy. Hey, how did you find this place? I frowned at her tone and asked, how long have you been hiding here crying? Lu Feifei didn't answer. She stood up, then said to me, let's go, talk outside. The two of us walked on the empty campus path. Since it was class time, there was no one around. It was really quiet and deserted. Lu Feifei, I asked her, do you want to go back to the classroom? She thought for a second, shook her head and said, no, I don't want to go back, even if I can't see it. She can already guess how puffy and red her eyes are from crying. If I go back, the other classmates will be curious, although the campus is pretty big. Walking around like this will draw too much attention, so we walked to a small park. Then we both spoke at the same time. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Then we both froze for a second, then looked at each other and smiled. I'm sorry, Feifei. I shouldn't have treated you like that. Actually, Zhou Miao and I are just friends. I never wanted her to become a problem between us. Also, the dinner with her I mentioned before is just to thank her. And then there's that video clip. I was actually just about to leave back then. She was the one who reached out and stopped me. We've kept our distance from each other ever since. It's also my fault. I should have trusted you. I was actually a little jealous too, you know. I thought Gucheng was getting way too close to Zhou Miao. He was totally ignoring me. That's why I was so upset. I'm still pretty mad, but you know what? You did end up finding me in the stairwell after all. That was pretty good of you. Plus, I wrongfully blamed you too. So let's call it even. I forgive you. Let's head straight home. That eye of yours needs a proper ice compress when we get home. Otherwise, it'll turn into a panda eye tomorrow. Lu Feifei glared at me again after hearing what I said. I burst out laughing. I slung an arm around her shoulder to head home. After we got home, we tidied up a little. It's been a super tiring day. We washed up and went to bed. The next day, when we arrived at school, I walked towards the teaching building. I saw Zhou Miao's back appear in front of me again. Oh. So I checked in with Lu Feifei first. I'm gonna go talk to Zhou Miao for a bit. We didn't finish talking about yesterday's issue. Worried Lu Feifei would get mad again. I quickly added, it'll be super quick. I'll be back in 5 minutes, Max. After saying that, I ran over right away, only leaving Lu Feifei huffing softly as she stepped aside to wait for me. Zhou Miao, wait a second. I called out to stop Zhou Miao. Zhou Miao turned around and smiled at me, saying, Good morning, Gucheng. Good morning. About the security guard matter. After she heard me out, she replied in surprise, I can't believe you actually went to the principal. I already asked the principal to rehire the security guard. So, you don't have to worry about it. Zhou Miao apologized to me again, saying, I really wrongfully blamed you. I'm so sorry about that. It's no big deal, don't worry. I gotta head back to class now. Gotta go first, bye. After saying that, I went to find Lu Feifei and left together. By then, I had also reached my own classroom. I said goodbye to Lu Feifei. I was just about to walk into the classroom when I saw Zhou Miao passing by. Class is about to start soon. Why isn't Zhou Miao going back to class? There's only 1 minute left. Curious, I followed her. Meanwhile, on the other side, as soon as Lu Feifei sat down, the smile on her face faded instantly, and she went back to looking cold. Wu Qian? Ah. Wu Qian walked over, trembling with fear, and asked carefully, Miss? Lu Feifei's slender, long fingers tapped on the desk. She looked extremely annoyed. She only spoke after a long moment. Go to the second classroom on the 3rd floor. And do something for me. Yes, Wu Qian replied obediently, waiting for her to continue. Go check if Gu Chen is in the classroom right now. And see who he's talking to, if anyone. Report every single detail to me. But don't let him know you're there. Got it. Understood. Lu Feifei waved her hand. The expression on her face seemed to relax a little, and a small smile appeared. I'll go right away, Wu Qian said as she ran out of the classroom. But she hadn't walked far from the classroom when she ran into Bai Qingrang coming upstairs. Bai Qingrang is the most handsome guy among all the sophomores. He's Lu Feifei's #1 admirer and claims to be Lu Feifei's boyfriend. As soon as she saw Bai Qingrang, Wu Qian quickly greeted him flatteringly. Brother-in-law, you're here to see Miss, right? She's waiting for you inside. Bai Qingrang had pale, cool-toned skin. He looked distant and unapproachable when he wasn't smiling. But when he smiled, that coldness melted away instantly. He nodded and asked, Where are you off to? Getting her something? No, Miss asked me to go to the 3rd floor, the 2nd classroom, to find someone for her. Who? Guy or girl? A guy named Gu Chen. Wu Qian was always good at sucking up to. The men around Miss, so she answered every question he asked. Ah, Gu Chen. What's his relationship with Lu Feifei? Wu Qian said awkwardly. I don't know about that either. I just follow the young lady's orders. If there's any news, he won't hide it from Bai Qingrang. Though no one knows how long he'll stay by the young lady's side. But giving him small favors to butter him up is also a way to win him over. We might need his help someday anyway. He suddenly laughed and said to Wu Qian, I'm a little thirsty. Go to the grocery store and get me some drinks first. Get one for Sister Feifei, too. Seeing Wu Qian hesitating, Bai Qingrang glared at her. Who's more important, Gu Chen or me? You figure it out yourself. Looking at Bai Qingrang's arrogant expression, Wu Qian thought to herself, Bai Qingrang is so favored lately. He might even break the record and become the man who stays by Lu Feifei's side the longest. Besides, the young lady hasn't gotten tired of him yet, and she has no new targets either. So after weighing things up, she still thought Bai Qingrang was more important, so she quickly said obsequiously, That goes without saying. Of course you're the most important. I'll go get them right now. Don't worry, I'm here. Sister Feifei won't get mad. You come back with the drinks first. It's still not too late to go find that Gu Chen guy later. Totally. Your word, brother-in-law, carries more weight than 10 words from other people. Okay, hurry up. Stop with the flattery. Seeing Wu Qian walk far away, and she was indeed heading for the grocery store, Bai Qingrang looked away and walked slowly towards the classroom. Sister Feifei. He walked straight towards Lu Feifei as soon as he entered the door. The seat next to Lu Feifei was always empty. It was actually reserved for her friends to use when they came over. Bai Qingrang sat down on the chair next to her, put an arm around her shoulder, and leaned close to her familiarly. When he got no response from Lu Feifei, he noticed that the atmosphere in the classroom was weird. He looked up and saw Lu Feifei's expressionless face. He couldn't help but jump in fright. He asked in a thoughtful tone, What's wrong, Sister Feifei? Who made you angry? Lu Feifei was already a bit annoyed. When she saw him coming, she felt even more irritated. What are you doing here? I missed you, Bai Qingrang said, staring at her affectionately, but Lu Feifei didn't notice. Her mind seemed to be occupied by something else entirely. Bai Qingrang was unhappy inside, but he didn't dare show it. A man's instinct told him, My gut says, Lu Feifei must be thinking about Gu Chen right now. Not long after, Wu Qian came back with the drinks. She stopped at the door, out of breath, caught her breath, held a drink in each hand and walked over. Drinks for you, young lady, she said as she put the drinks in front of the two of them. Lu Feifei's gaze moved up from the drink to Wu Qian's face. Did I ask you to buy drinks? Ah, I told her to go buy them. I care about you. I was afraid you were thirsty. The air seemed to freeze for half a second, then suddenly, Lu Feifei glanced at him coldly and said mercilessly, "Get out of my sight." "I don't want to see you ever again." Bai Qingrang looked at her in shock and bewilderment, as if he never expected that she would get so angry. "Sister Feifei, I know I was wrong. Don't kick me out." But he miscalculated. Lu Feifei was in no mood to pacify him right now. "Don't make me say it twice." The thing I asked you to do just now. Did you get it done?" "No, young lady. Don't be mad. I'll go do it right now." Bai Qingrang looked at Lu Feifei and said, "So what you meant just now is, you want to break up with me?" As if he had to get a clear answer before he could believe this was true. "Yes," Lu Feifei nodded in response. "Starting today, don't ever show up in front of me again." Huh. Why can she be so heartless? Though he had heard before that Miss Lu is not a loyal partner. She can treat you really well when you're dating, but she's super ruthless after a breakup. Don't ever think she'll hold on to the old feelings and care about you at all. But he thought he was different from others. Lu Feifei's words hit Bai Qingrang like a total bolt from the blue. But for other boys, this was absolutely amazing news, especially the guys in this class. None of them didn't fight tooth and nail to get into this class, just to get close to Miss Lu. They all thought proximity would give them an edge. Well, great for them now. Miss Lu is single again. All of them have a shot now, so they started being straight up rude to Bai Qingrang. They even mocked him, saying, "Get out of here." "Humph, how can you be so shameless? Miss Lu already told you to leave. Why are you still clinging on like a pest? Hurry up and go. You're banned from our class forever." "Duh, can't you tell Lu Feifei is sick of you? Who do you think you are? Get lost right now." Stop being an eyesore to Lu Feifei here. Bai Qingrang's face went deathly pale. He'd never endured such humiliation before. Ever since he enrolled at Shangdi, he was really good looking. And through a stroke of luck, he soon became Miss Lu's boyfriend. That made him the new campus heartthrob, because Shangdi has an unwritten rule that whoever is Miss Lu's boyfriend is automatically Shangdi's campus heartthrob. He'd been enjoying this privilege this whole time, thinking everyone adored him. The higher he was hyped up before, the harder he falls right now. Bai Qingrang finally couldn't take all these mean comments anymore and ran straight outside. Lu Feifei didn't even glance at him. She swept her calm gaze across the room, and everyone went silent immediately. She felt really uneasy right now, anxious for no clear reason. She couldn't figure out why. She couldn't stop wondering. Just as she was about to stand up, Wusan ran over in a hurry. "Miss Lu, the person you asked me to look for, isn't in his classroom." I asked his classmates. They said he walked right out as soon as he entered the classroom and never came back. Lu Feifei spoke in a cold, distant tone. "What?" "He didn't go back to his class." "Then where did he go?" "No wonder I've been feeling so uneasy this whole time. My bad feeling came true for sure." "I have no idea about that either, miss." Wu Qian couldn't help but wonder. Who exactly is this guy named Gu Chen? To Lu Feifei anyway. How come Lu Feifei cares about him this much? Lu Feifei frowned, stood up and said, "Even if I have to search the entire school, I will find him." Did this guy offend Lu Feifei or something? This is the first time I've seen Lu Feifei this mad. Her face looks so terrible right now. Wu Tian broke out in cold sweat on her forehead, thinking. The watching students in the class all looked confused, curious what was going on. Who is Miss Lu looking for? But no one dared to go up and ask. No one even dared to make a random sound. Right now, Miss Lu was giving off a clear do not approach vibe. After Lu Feifei left the classroom, everyone looked at each other in confusion, then started discussing in quiet voices. Did you see that? Miss Lu's face is so gloomy. I don't think I've ever seen her this angry before. Do you think the person she's looking for did something to piss her off? Looks like it. That guy is so screwed. Lu Feifei is super scary when she loses her temper. Right, tell me about it. The reason Wu Tian became Miss Lu's sidekick isn't just because she's good at sucking up. She's also super efficient at getting things done. She immediately went to the gate guard to ask for information. Lu Feifei was in the hallway right now, feeling anxious and restless, but she had no idea what to do. So she found a random classroom and sat down, waiting for Wu Tian to come back. Wu Tian came back to report. No student left the school halfway today. So that means Gu Chen is still on campus. After getting this news, Lu Feifei's face looked a little better. She told Wu Tian to pass the order down. Just like she said earlier, search the entire campus and find Gu Chen no matter what. Even though Shangdi's campus is really big, with Lu Feifei's influence, finding one person isn't hard at all. It's actually super easy for her. But what she never expected was, the result was that they couldn't find Gu Chen at all. She glared angrily at Wu Qian. How can we not find him? Wu Qian's forehead was covered in cold sweat the whole time, but she didn't dare wipe it off, she said timidly. We've checked every spot we could think of, even the teachers' offices and student dorms. But we still can't find him anywhere. Maybe he's not on campus anymore. Not on campus anymore. Does he have wings to fly out or what? The security guard said he never saw Gu Cheng leave the school, unless he's still on campus. Where else could he possibly go? Well, young miss, I can't figure it out either. Wait, maybe he had another way to leave the school. Some way that kept the security guard from noticing him, or he didn't leave through the main gate. That's why the security guard didn't see him. Lu Feifei thought for a moment and didn't say anything in response. He just arrived at Shangde. There's no way he'd know other ways to get out. That said, it's the only reasonable explanation we've got. Otherwise, how could Gu Cheng have vanished into thin air again? I don't believe in ghosts or gods, so I don't think this is some weird paranormal stuff. But Gu Cheng didn't tell me either. Where on earth he was going, and just disappeared out of nowhere. What if something bad happens to him? I'm so scared he might get into an accident. She didn't dare think about it further. Wu Qian is basically the know-it-all of Shangdi. When it comes to school-related stuff, she knows at least a little about everything, so she sorted out the possibilities right away. If you don't leave through the school's main gate, what other ways are there to leave the school without being noticed? Wait, young miss. Doesn't the school have security cameras? If we check footage from these spots, we might find some clues. Lu Feifei was in such a rush earlier that she totally forgot about that, so she nodded and said, "Let's do that. Let's go check the security footage right now." Wu Qian looked at her awkwardly and said, "But only the principal has access to the security footage. I don't have permission to check it." "So you have to go there yourself, young miss," Lu Feifei said in a calm voice. "Got it," and headed towards the principal's office. Wu Qian hurried to follow her. Inside the principal's office, Lu Feifei had taken over the chair behind the desk. "Young Miss Lu, this is the school's security monitoring system. There are 300 camera spots in total. You can check whatever you want." 300. That's way more than I thought. Lu Feifei frowned. Wu Qian knew what she was thinking the second she saw her expression, so she stepped forward and said, "Young miss, why don't you let me look for it?" "No need, I'll do it myself." Wu Qian was a little stunned, but she didn't dare say anything, so she stepped back again and stood behind waiting for orders. Lu Feifei's slender fingers tapped nimbly on the keyboard. Even though it was her first time using this system, she acted like she was super familiar with it. She didn't even ask the principal how to operate it, and could control it skillfully on her own. Wu Qian was totally shocked watching her. She always thought the young miss only used computers for playing games. But judging by how she's operating it, she knows it like the back of her hand. Wu Qian has been with the young miss for so long, but she never knew the young miss was this skilled. Very soon, Lu Feifei pulled up the spots Wu Qian mentioned earlier and pulled up 6 video feeds at the same time. She sped up the playback. It was like she could process 10 things at once. Staring at the multiple screens without blinking, Wu Qian's eyes were already hurting standing behind watching. After only 10 minutes of watching, her eyes felt so dry and sore. But Lu Feifei looked totally unaffected and sped up the playback even more. Another 10 minutes passed. Wu Qian felt her head throbbing and could barely take it anymore, but she didn't dare slack off and kept staring at the videos. "Ah!" Lu Feifei suddenly exclaimed loudly. "Ah, found him!" Wu Qian got a huge fright and hurried over to the screen. On the security footage, I was slowly walking out from the small path on the campus back hill, holding a bottle of soda I just bought, looking totally relaxed. Lu Feifei tapped the desktop hard with her fingertip. The tense look on her face finally softened a little. She mumbled curses, half angry, half amused. He actually hid on the back hill. "Kusho, you idiot! I was going crazy looking for you." Wu Xian looked at the young lady who was clearly anxious and annoyed, couldn't help asking in a low voice, "Miss, are you going to the back mountain to look for him now?" Lu Feifei took a deep breath to calm down her flustered mind, stood up and headed straight out. Of course I am. I need to ask him why he hid away without a word and made the whole school search everywhere for him. I was at the back mountain getting some fresh air and was just about to head back to the classroom when I saw Lu Feifei walking quickly towards me. Her eyes were slightly red. She was obviously super worried. My heart softened instantly and was just about to apologize. Lu Feifei, she walked right up to me, raised her hand and gently thumped my chest. Gu Chen, do you have any idea how worried I was about you? I thought something bad happened to you. I searched the entire school, even checked the security footage, and you're just here slacking off. Classes were just too boring. I wanted to come out for some fresh air. I didn't expect you to worry this much. I'm sorry, Feifei. I quickly held her hand and explained in a soft voice. She glared at me, but didn't pull her hand away. Don't do this ever again. Even if you want to go out, you have to let me know first. I nodded with a smile and reached out to ruffle her hair. Got it, my fiancé. Hearing the word fiancé, Lu Feifei's cheeks flushed red immediately, and she gently pushed me. Who's your fiancé? Stop being so full of yourself. Looking at her shy, cute face, my heart was filled with warmth. From being forced into the engagement to bickering while living together, then having a fight over Zhou Miao, I finally realized I had fallen for this childhood sweetheart I've bickered with since we were kids. I've also cleared things up completely with Zhou Miao. We're just regular friends. She understood how I felt and wished Lu Feifei and me all the best with a smile. Yuxin was still her usual quiet, aloof self. She'd say hi to me once in a while. We kept a proper classmate distance from each other. As for the security guard who was fired because of the misunderstanding, I not only asked the principal to rehire him, but also paid for his salary raise out of my own pocket. The security uncle thanked me over and over. I also finally understood you can't act recklessly just because you have a good family background. You have to learn to respect everyone. Lu Feifei also cut ties completely with Bai Qingrang and focused on being with me. We weren't as playful and willful as we used to be. We went to class together, left school together, and went back to the apartment together. We bickered once in a while, but always made up quickly. Soon we graduated smoothly. The Lu family didn't rush us anymore. They respected our wishes instead. When we were both fully ready, we had a warm, lovely wedding. On the day of the wedding, Lu Feifei wore a pure white wedding dress and looked at me with a big smile. Her eyes were full of tenderness. I held her hand and made a serious promise amidst the blessings of our friends and family. Lu Feifei, we've bickered our whole lives. I thought we'd always be rivals. But now I realize you're the person I want to cherish the most in my life. I'll take good care of you from now on. We'll never be apart for the rest of our lives. Guchen, I do. Lu Feifei's eyes were wet with tears. She replied with a smile. Dad Lu, Mom Lu, and Grandpa Lu were sitting off the stage, with big relieved smiles on their faces. The family servants were also clapping and smiling. Zhou Miao and Yuxin came as guests as well, and gave us their most sincere blessings. After marriage, we were still as sweet as when we were dating. Once in a while, we'd think of funny stories of us fighting when we were kids. I finally understood. The best love isn't a grand, passionate meeting. It's the company of your childhood sweetheart. It's still wanting to spend your whole life with someone after all the bickering. From then on, Lu Feifei and I stayed by each other's side, lived seriously, cherished each other, and lived the happiest life possible.